Okay.
Coach, today's game felt like there might have been a few more emotions. I saw you get your hands up when Kobe drew that charge. I was just curious what tonight's win meant for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we want to celebrate, is charges. I don't know that my reactions are any different. There were some things to react to tonight that were really good. And obviously the effort we had on the defensive end. And yeah, that's a big play. Kobe taking the charge. We had a few others that we tried to take and didn't get them. But those are, as I said, that's team defense.
And speaking of that, it seemed like everybody played much more connected tonight. There was a lot more communication. I'm curious what you saw from that maybe helped you guys pull this out.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the film room for a while the other day and just trying to focus on the things that I mentioned, pregame, the things that we could control. And, communication is a big part of that. So it was, it was good to see us. You're not going to be perfect, but there was definitely a focus, on the defensive end. And then I thought, late offensively when they made a run, we really were poised. And floor was spaced. They started trapping pick and roll. Got us early on that, and then we reacted well to it. DJ hit JJ in the pocket. Hunt made a great move, attacking the rim in that situation. There's some good things on the offensive end as well.
Hey, Coach, talking about DJ, he looked like he kept the team in flow tonight, almost had a triple-double. What do you think about his thoughts about him running the show tonight?
Yeah, we try to play, we want to play a certain style throughout the game, with the ball moving and playing side to side, and also playing pick and roll. So finding a balance of that, is good. And Orlando's really good defensively. If the ball stops, they're just so big and they get shifted. I thought you saw that early in the game, where we were driving into a crowd at times. And sometimes, against them, that's really hard. You have to make a quick decision really before you get in there. And those guys trusting each other was good to see. And obviously, DJ was catalyst for a lot of that.
One point I saw you go nose to nose with DJ coming into a timeout. What was going on there?
I love going nose to nose with him. It's usually a good thing or a bad thing. It doesn't matter. It's like that communication is important. And one of the things that he and I have talked about is his discipline on the ball. He can make plays, but because of that, there's times when he makes a play that it's a lower percentage play. If he doesn't make it, it compromises our defense, and he can do both. He has the ability to defend the ball and also to, like we say, fall into steals. And I thought you saw a few of those tonight where he's getting his hands on balls, but he's not out of position. Might have been that.
Take us through that 18-1 run to close the third quarter. Obviously, it turned the game around.
Yeah, we had, that group was playing really well, and it started on the defensive end, and we talked a lot about trying to run, but you have to get stops really to run, and I didn't think we were running. There's jogging and there's running, and when we run, it opens the court, and particularly against those guys, because they are so big. If you can attack them before they get set, that's your percentage chance of scoring goes up. But again, I thought our defense created our offense, and we talk a lot about. I thought we took the right shots. Sometimes even if it's one pass, or if it's a walk up off the dribble. DJ had a couple of those. Hunt had a couple of those. If you don't shoot that shot, there's a chance you don't get something better. And then obviously, if you're not open, the ball's got to move.
Coach, Clint Capella, he obviously isn't back to his normal self that he was prior to the injury and the time miss. Just what are you seeing from him as he tries to get back to his normal form, and what's he having to kind of, battle through to get back into that shape?
Yeah, well, I have so much confidence in Clint, as a player and, as a person with his focus. And, you know, he's close on a few things, and he doesn't need to get frustrated. You know, his timing will come, and that's hard. You know, when you're working your way back from an injury, and sometimes it just takes a little time. But we really need him. He knows that. His teammates know that, and you know, he'll be. His timing will get better and better. You know, as he plays more, and I think your conditioning too. You know, that's tough, especially when you're big. You know, he's asked to do a lot. You know, we've got him out on the floor. He's got to get back. He's got to run, and you know, that'll keep improving as well.
Coach, I wanted to ask about Kobe and his impact on both sides of the ball. He had that nice driving kick to Bogey, then the outlet pass to Jalen, and then he had a couple steals on Cole Anthony. Just what did you see from him tonight?
Well, first, it's, you know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. You know, the job that Ryan Schmidt is doing in the D-League, we've got so much confidence that when our guys play there, they get better. And there's still this tendency from everyone to think of that as some sort of, you know, you're like banished or something. You know, you get the first pick in the Major League draft, they don't go right to the Major Leagues. You know, they work their way in, and it doesn't matter if they throw 105 or not. You know, you learn how to pitch, and particularly for a guard. And in Kobe's case, a guy that's been a combo in a lot of ways. To have the ball in his hands, and you know, when he's playing with. He's going to play a little differently in College Park than he is here, and kind of finding that feel, you know, that pass you mentioned, and then the shot. You know, he didn't make the one against the zone, but they went under and he shot it. And, you know, I told him, good shot, because we believe he can make that. But the biggest thing, you know, is the way you defend, and that's real, that's consistent, and you know, we know you can do that. That's why we have, you know, those absolutes, those things that we can do, whether we're tired or whatever the case may be. And he really moved his feet a couple times. He recovered, got his chest in front, and then he was able to make some plays too because he was in position.
Coach, with the injury bug being like it is for the team, what has been some of the message to Kobe and Bruno to tell these guys about next man up mentality?
Yeah, you know, I think that happens throughout the course of the year. You know, and it becomes really real. You know, sometimes when those things are being said, for a player, it's hard. You know, you be ready, and then you don't play. Be ready, you don't play. But pretty soon you play, and that's when that work that guys put in is important. And you know, I've got confidence in those guys. And they're not going to be perfect. You know, neither are the other guys out there, but you know, they're competing, and that's the biggest thing.
Coach, AJ has 2 games under his belt in College Park. Just curious if you've seen any of his games or any of how he's been progressing.
Yeah, we actually texted last night, and you know, I think he was 6 for 9 from 3, 5 for 9, but he was talking about his defense, and you know, that opportunity to play, you know, is just, that's how you get better. You know, you get reps, and you know, Veet's there, Kobe's been there, Bruno went down there and played a game. Seth, you know, has played there and come up and played. So that's a big part of what we want to be. And you know, hopefully, I think our guys understand it. I hope you guys understand it. All right.
Thanks.